Jared.
Hi, Alicia, and welcome everyone to Vibrations and Manifestations.
It's great to be back. So have you ever felt like you just need more willpower? You know that feeling like if you could just grit your teeth and do it, if you were just stronger, maybe more disciplined, you'd finally hit that goal?
Oh, absolutely. We get bombarded with this idea, don't we?
Yeah.
That self-control is all about, I don't know, cold showers or some magic supplement or finding the perfect motivation hack.
Exactly. But what if that whole picture, that common belief, is actually, well, a myth? Today, we're doing a deep dive into this really compelling idea that self-control isn't some fixed trait you're just born with or something you hammer into yourself through strict discipline.
Yeah, we're going to challenge those assumptions.
Yeah.
For a long time, even psychology kind of saw self-control as this internal grit, right? Like you either had it or you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But the newer research, the really cutting-edge stuff, it's showing us something different. It's much more dynamic and, honestly, surprisingly fragile. It seems to be less about that brute force,
And more about
more about something really simple, actually. Awareness. So our mission today on Vibrations and Manifestations is to unpack what self-control really is, figure out what often trips us up, and most importantly, how we can actually cultivate it effectively in our real lives.
And we're going to explore this through a really powerful personal story first, and then we'll get into the fascinating brain science behind it all.
Right.
And then the best part, we'll give you some practical hands-on exercises. These aren't just theories. They're tools you can use literally right now to shift how you see things and how you experience self-control. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
Okay, first up, unpacking the myth. Beyond just do it. To really get this shift, let me tell you about someone I knew. We can call him David. Now, on the surface, David looked like he had it all together.
The picture of success.
Totally. Steady job, nice family, really sharp guy, always seemed composed, in control. But underneath that, well, something else was going on. When stress piled up, it came out in some pretty intense ways. Little things, tiny frustrations would just set him off.
Like what?
Like a toy left on the floor by his kids. He might end up cursing under his breath, really angry. Or a report at work wasn't formatted exactly right. Suddenly he's slamming his fist on the desk.
Wow. So disproportionate reactions.
Exactly. And anyone looking from the outside would probably just think, David's got a short fuse, or he just needs more discipline.
Right. The standard interpretation, lack of willpower.
Yeah. But his internal reality was way more complex. See, David was actively suppressing emotions. Daily. Anger, sadness, fear. He was pushing it all down.
Holding it in?
He genuinely believed that was strength, that holding it all in was the definition of self-control. Real discipline to him meant clamping down, pushing through, no matter the feeling.
Okay, I see where this is going.
Then came this really scary wake-up call. One morning, sharp chest pain, lands him in the ER. Thankfully, the doctor said, look, it's not a heart attack, but it was a serious warning sign. His body was literally reacting to years of just unmanaged stress.
A physical manifestation.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that was his epiphany moment. He realized those outbursts, the anger, it wasn't really about the toys or the report formatting. It was years of suppressed emotions finally boiling over, basically screaming to be noticed.
That makes so much sense.
So from that point on, David started doing something different, not focusing on willpower, not just holding it in harder. He started practicing awareness.
There it is.
Yeah. He began noticing the feelings before they erupted, tried simple things like breathing exercises when he felt that tension rising. He even started journaling when he felt anger start to stir. And slowly, gradually, he found he could catch himself in the moment.
And not through forcing it.
Not through grit, no, through just a heightened awareness of what was actually going on inside him.
David's story is such a perfect illustration of this core idea, isn't it? Real self-control isn't about white-knuckling your emotions until you just explode. It's about paying attention, noticing that subtle inner conflict, that little tug-of-war happening inside before it hijacks your behavior. That shift in perspective is absolutely key.
It reminds me of, like a mana bar in a video game.
Yeah, good analogy. Explain that.
Well, every time you use restraint, every time you force yourself to do something or not do something, it drains that bar, right? Your self-control energy. So by the end of a really stressful day, that bar is just empty. And what happens then?
That's when you cave.
Exactly. That's when the junk food comes out, or the Netflix binge starts, or you just scroll endlessly on your phone. And you feel like you failed because your willpower just ran out.
But here's the critical point. The real enemies of self-control. They aren't laziness or some flaw in your character. It's often emotional suppression and stress.
Okay, say more about that.
Well, think about it. When you're bottling up anger or sadness or frustration, the mental effort that takes, it uses the exact same brain systems you need for conscious self-control. It literally depletes that mana bar, as you call it. And stress. Stress is like an attention thief. It actively pulls your focus outwards towards the deadlines, the notifications, the news, the drama.
And away from yourself?
Precisely. Away from monitoring what's happening inside you. And if you're constantly pulled outside, how can you possibly manage your internal state effectively? You can't.
Okay, that really clicks. So if it's not about brute force, not about willpower in that old sense, what is self-control, scientifically speaking? How does our brain actually handle this? Or maybe more importantly, why does it sometimes fail to handle it?
This is where the neuroscience gets really fascinating.
Yeah.
Research points pretty clearly to a specific part of the brain. It's called the anterior cingulate cortex, the ACC.
ACC, okay.
Think of the ACC as your brain's internal, let's call it a conflict monitor.
Yeah.
Its main job isn't actually to force you to choose the salad over the pizza.
No.
No.
Well,
Its job is to notice the internal struggle itself. It's the part that lights up and goes, whoa, hold on. Part of me really wants that pizza, but another part wants to stick to my health goals. It detects that tug-of-war.
so it's like an alarm bell for inner conflict.
Exactly. It's constantly scanning for those competing drives or impulses. And here's the really kind of shocking twist.
Okay.
You often lose control, not because your desire was just too strong or your willpower too weak, but because your brain actually stopped monitoring the conflict.
Wait, it just stopped paying attention.
Essentially, yeah. The moment your attention shifts away from that inner battle, maybe because of stress, maybe distraction, maybe fatigue, your ACC quiets down, and then autopilot takes over. Impulse wins.
Wow.
And this is precisely why stress and emotional suppression are so dangerous for self-control. They actively dampen the ACC's activity. They turn down the volume on that internal conflict monitor.
So without the alarm bell ringing...
You just get swept away. You're not even aware of the choice point until it's passed.
Okay, that is genuinely mind-blowing. It reframes everything. So how does this ACC, this conflict monitor, actually work? Can we get a bit more detail?
Sure. So the ACC is constantly monitoring for, well, conflict. High competition between different potential actions or thoughts in your brain. Like, should I say this or stay quiet? Reach for the donut or the apple.
Got it.
When it detects significant conflict, it doesn't solve it directly. Instead, it sends out a signal, like an alert flare.
To where?
Primarily to other parts of the brain, especially the prefrontal cortex, the PFC, which is responsible for higher-level thinking, planning, and importantly, cognitive control.
So the ACC flags the problem, and the PFC steps in to manage it.
Exactly. The PFC uses that signal from the ACC to kind of dial up the top-down control. It helps adjust your attention, maybe inhibit the unwanted impulse, and guide your behavior towards the goal you actually want.
Are there classic examples of this in action, like in experiments?
Oh yeah, definitely. The Stroop task is a famous one. You know, where you see the word RED printed in blue ink,
Yeah.
and you have to say the color of the ink, not read the word.
Right. That's surprisingly hard.
It is. And your ACC activity spikes during those tricky trials, the ones where the word and the ink color don't match. That's your brain detecting the conflict between reading the word and naming the color.
Okay. Any others?
The flanker task is another. You have to identify a central arrow's direction while ignoring arrows on either side, the flankers. When the flankers point the opposite way to the target arrow, that creates conflict.
And the ACC lights up again?
You got it. And it's not just about choosing responses. The ACC is also crucial for error detection. Made a mistake. Your ACC fires off a strong signal, something called error-related negativity, or EARN. It's like your brain saying, oops, that wasn't right, need to adjust.
So it's really a broad monitoring system.
Very broad. And it's not just reactive. It can anticipate conflict, too, like bracing yourself for a difficult task.
Right.
It even integrates with motivation, weighing the costs and benefits, the effort needed to overcome a conflict.
Does it handle emotional stuff too?
Absolutely. It monitors emotional inconsistencies or even painful social situations like feeling rejected. It seems to be a general hub for detecting any kind of performance breakdown or internal clash that requires a cognitive adjustment.
This is fascinating. So if our ACC gets dampened by stress or suppression, what can we actually do about it? If we've been blaming ourselves for having no willpower, how do we shift gears and start building this crucial awareness?
Well, the first step is exactly that. Reframing. Stop blaming your character. Instead, recognize that maybe your awareness just got hijacked, temporarily knocked offline.
Okay.
And the great news is we have tools. Simple, powerful ways to bring that awareness back online, to strengthen that ACC function, and cultivate genuine self-control from the inside out.
All right, let's get practical. Our first exercise is something we call manifestation debug mode. It's designed to clear that static and help you tune back into that inner conflict.
Okay, so for this, I want you to bring to mind a situation where you typically feel that sense of losing control. Could be reaching for a snack late at night, getting lost in scrolling, maybe snapping at someone. Just pick one specific scenario. All right, now here's the key. Don't try to stop the urge. Don't fight it. Don't try to change anything. Just name the conflict, out loud or just in your head.
Okay.
Say to yourself something simple like, part of me wants this. Maybe point to the urge. And part of me wants that. Point to the alternative, the goal. Or you could say, I feel the pull to give in, but I also want to stay aligned with whatever your goal is.
Just naming both sides.
Just naming them.
Yeah.
And notice what happens the instant you do that. You're not lost in the urge anymore, are you? You're not consumed by the resistance either. You're standing in the middle watching the tug-of-war.
Yeah, you create distance.
Exactly. That's your anterior cingulate cortex coming back online.
Yeah.
The conflict monitor is waking up because you're paying attention to the conflict itself.
That's powerful.
Now, take it a step further. Imagine that inner tug-of-war like a glowing rope being pulled from both ends. But see, the rope isn't tearing you apart. You are the one holding it steady, right there in the middle. That feeling, that's awareness. That's the beginning of real control.
Okay.
Take one deep breath and just feel that steadiness, that observer position.
That simple act of naming feels incredibly grounding. It really does bring you back to the present.
Okay, let's deepen that awareness now with a slightly more guided exercise.
Right. So find a comfortable position, wherever you are. Sitting, lying down. If it feels safe and comfortable for you, gently close your eyes. Let's start with a breath. Take a slow, deep breath in and just let it go completely. One more like that. Breathing in calm and breathing out any tension you might be holding. Good. Now just gently call up a simple everyday urge. Nothing too charged right now. Maybe imagine your phone buzzing, that little notification sound. Part of you instantly wants to check it, right?
But maybe another part of you wants to stay right here, stay present in this moment. Just notice those two distinct pulls, those two voices.
Okay.
As you continue to breathe, maybe picture these urges as two characters. They're sitting across from you at a table. One is leaning forward, kind of eagerly waving the phone. The other one is sitting back calmly, maybe gently saying, "We can wait." You don't have to silence either one. Just watch them. Observe the interaction.
Just watching.
Just watching. Breathe again. And notice how that sense of conflict, that tension, stays alive only as long as you're paying attention to it. This is the training ground.
All right.
You're exercising your brain's awareness system.
Okay.
Now, gently shift your focus into your body. Where do you feel that pull, that tension when you're torn between two options? Maybe it's in your chest, your stomach, your shoulders. Just notice where it lives in you.
Right.
Wherever you feel it, maybe place a hand there gently. And just whisper quietly to yourself or think it. I see both sides. I'm watching.
I see both sides. I'm watching.
Stay there for just another moment, simply watching, simply aware. Now, on your next natural exhale, just let that scene fade away. Gently bring your awareness back to the room around you, back to the feeling of your body sitting or lying down. And when you're ready, softly open your eyes if they were closed. Take a breath.
Wow. Even just the short practice like that really highlights the difference between being in the urge and observing it. That's great. And for our listeners who love to journal, who love to capture these insights, we have a prompt for you. We call it the sacred shelf reflection.
Nice.
So grab your journal or just make a mental note if you're on the move. Think back over today or maybe yesterday. Can you recall just one moment when you felt genuinely torn? pulled in two directions.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was simple choosing between hitting snooze or getting up, between watching another episode or going to bed, between speaking your mind or just staying quiet. Find one moment
Okay.
and then just write it down. Really simply. No big analysis needed. Just describe the tug-of-war. I wanted this, but I also wanted that. Just state the conflict.
Clear and simple.
Then, once you've got that down, add a second line underneath. Here's what happened when I noticed it. Or maybe, here's what happened when I didn't notice it.
Ah, interesting distinction.
Yeah. Because remember, the goal here isn't judging the outcome. It's not about achieving perfect self-control every time. It's about the practice of noticing. Every single time you acknowledge a conflict, write it down, reflect on it, you're strengthening that awareness muscle. You're training your ACC.
It's building the capacity.
Precisely. And here's a little optional bonus. At the very end of your journal entry, just add this simple phrase, awareness is control. Let that sink in. Let it live there on the page as a reminder.
Love that. Awareness is control.
Now feels like a perfect moment to really integrate this, to let go of some stress and relax into that feeling of being more aware, more in control of our inner state. Let's do a short guided meditation together. Jared, would you lead us?
I'd be happy to. Okay, everyone, find a comfortable place again, somewhere you can sit or lie down without being disturbed for just the next few minutes. Let your body settle. And if it feels right, gently close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in and exhale fully, maybe with a little sigh. Let's do that again. Breathing in through the nose and just letting it all go out through the mouth. With each exhale, just imagine you're releasing a little bit of the weight you've been carrying today, just letting it soften. Now bring your attention gently into your body. Just notice where stress tends to hang out for you. Is it your shoulders, your jaw, maybe a knot in your stomach, your forehead? Wherever it is, just acknowledge it. Ah, there it is. No need to fix it right now. Just notice. Okay. Now picture this stress, all these tensions, maybe like a backpack you've been carrying around. It feels kind of heavy, maybe full of worries, to-do lists, unspoken feelings. Just feel the weight of it for a second. Pressing down. And now in your imagination, just gently unclip the straps of that backpack and set it down carefully on the ground right beside you. You're not throwing it away. You're not forcing it open. You're just letting it rest there, outside of you. While you continue to breathe, take another deep breath in. Let it go. Feel maybe a little bit lighter in your body without that immediate weight. Good. Now shift your awareness to the area around your heart, in the center of your chest. And imagine a soft, warm light beginning to glow right there. With every breath you take, imagine this light growing a little brighter, a little warmer. Expanding gently through your chest, maybe down into your arms, up into your head, all the way down through your legs into your feet. This light isn't trying to erase anything. It's more like it's giving your body permission to soften, to let go in its own time. As you sit or lie here, bathed in this warm light, just repeat silently to yourself these phrases. Let them echo gently inside. I can notice my stress without being consumed by it. Breathe. I can set it down and rest. Breathe. Awareness is my anchor. Breathe. Just allow those words to resonate. You continue breathing slowly, deeply. If your mind wanders off, maybe back to the worries or the backpack, that's totally okay. Yeah. That's what minds do. Just notice where it went, gently acknowledge it, and then guide your attention back. Back to the light in your chest, back to the feeling of ease spreading through you. Let's take 2 more deep, calming breaths right here, letting go a little more with each exhale. Okay, now imagine reaching down and picking up that backpack again. But notice, something feels different. It feels lighter somehow. Maybe you've intuitively taken out what wasn't essential for right now, leaving only what truly needs carrying. Place it back over your shoulders, but notice how it sits differently. You carry it with more balance now, with awareness. It doesn't weigh you down in the same way. When you feel ready, begin to bring your awareness back to the room around you. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes gently. Perhaps a soft stretch feels good. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Take one last conscious, slow breath. And just remember, you don't have to carry everything all the time. You can set it down. You can breathe. And you can return lighter, more aware.
Thank you, Jared. That was lovely. Feeling lighter already. So bring this all together. What's the big takeaway here? What does this deep dive into willpower and awareness really mean for us?
I think the core message is pretty clear. Self-control isn't really willpower in that old-fashioned grit-your-teeth kind of way.
Right. It's not some badge of honor you earn through harsh discipline or cold showers or the latest productivity hack.
Exactly. It is fundamentally about attention, where you place your awareness.
Yeah.
That seems to be the absolute key.
Yeah. The more consistently you can monitor your own inner world, notice those conflicts without judgment, the stronger your actual capacity for self-regulation becomes.
And the flip side is true, too. Ignore those inner signals. Let stress constantly pull your attention outwards. And autopilot, impulse, old habits, they're going to win most times. And it really is that simple, in a way, and that profound.
It makes you think, doesn't it? If we're frequently letting external pressures, deadlines, news, social media hijack our attention, causing that internal conflict to just build up unnoticed, is it really any surprise that so many of us feel overwhelmed? Overwhelmed by headlines, politics, just the sheer drama of daily life sometimes.
It's a really important question. There's such a direct link between our internal state of awareness or lack thereof and how we perceive and react to the world around us.
Imagine the collective impact if more of us learn to just consistently stay present with ourselves, not just reclaiming our own personal sense of control, but becoming more grounded, more intentional, maybe more effective agents of positive change in the world, too.
That's a powerful thought. It starts within.
It really does.
Yeah.
So remember this core idea. Awareness isn't separate from control. In a very real sense, awareness is control.
Well said.
For more tools, insights, and guided practices on cultivating awareness and bringing your inner world into greater alignment, please be sure to subscribe to Vibrations and Manifestations. We absolutely love exploring these fascinating intersections of mind, energy, and potential with you all.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
We'll catch you next time on Vibrations and Manifestations.